In my next upload for today, I'm going to mention about the financial abuse, theft, and exploitation that I'm experiencing, and the repeat offences of individuals that have been of financial theft and financial fraudulence for many years now, since 2006, and in particular, the matter I'm raising in this upload since 2019. So this is just for the attention of any women experiencing human rights abuses or offences against the state that I'm presently experiencing with individuals that have caused damages, harms and losses without compensation for their slander, for their offences, etc., and for their breaches of confidentiality and for their professional misconduct. So this upload is with regard to my role as a humanitarian that has had a huge part to play in positive legislative developments, that the acknowledgement has been disrespected regarding the legislative process and the legislative developments that have occurred. So that is an issue that I'm raising for the attention of the government with regard to the matters of damages, harms and losses caused to my reputation, my purpose, my profession and my work, and basically the other issues of individuals that are of financial fraud as an exacerbatory offence. These individuals have been highly disrespectful of the work and endeavours as a humanitarian that I've fulfilled. And basically the issue is with regard to individuals that are just of incessant efforts to cause displacement and denigration. So the compensation and reparations that I'm due are since 2017 awaiting to be addressed. My health has been damaged, my privacy, my good name, and there are individuals that have been also exploiting my property and other matters that I've referred to throughout these uploads. So as a teacher and as a former civil servant of the state, I've experienced financial abuse and theft, and that is as a consequence of guilty culprits that have been causing damage to my child and I, and that have been very preoccupied with my properties in Ardfert and Kilflin, where they have no right to be at all. So there is an issue that I'm raising for the attention of the authorities that is mentioned already in my impact statements, of which they have received the full information regarding all the offences that I've experienced, the financial theft and fraud in particular, and basically the issue of denigration. A qualified professional, a married property owner, a mother of legislation and humanitarian work in a community, living on €200 a week, while experiencing bodily integrity damages and medical negligence, are all very serious matters for human rights during the pandemic that I've had to endure since before pandemic. So I'd appreciate it if the NTMA and the ministers of Dáil Éireann and the United Nations would acknowledge the very serious offences occurring of this entire situation, and in particular the intrusion of repeat offenders since 2017, still to this day threatening my human rights and my constitutional rights as a peaceful, law-abiding citizen of a very clean track record, not of antisocial behaviour, experiencing slander and financial theft and fraud and property theft, creative, intellectual, etc. This entire situation is absolutely despicable. So the culprits have resorted to the lowest form of inhumane behaviours without any shame. As a married mother experiencing the experiences that I've had, I hope the women and children's rights agencies throughout the world that see these uploads are aware of the circumstances I've had to tolerate, which are quite embarrassing for a modern day and age. So the individuals that have been of financial theft and fraud since 2006 and causing damages, harms and losses to my professional career, and that are currently still causing problems to this day, since causing damage and harm to my child also in an unlawful care order, I'd appreciate the United Nations contacting me immediately with regard to the offenders in this situation that are in my proximity, that shouldn't be in my proximity, and that are not paying their debts for damages, harms and losses.